So that's here, and then here we go with the other one. All right, hey everyone, this is Dana Silvestri, and today I'm excited to interview one of my recent successful clients, Marilyn, who was able to go from her private life as a home-based entrepreneur to branding herself and becoming a role model influencer to the world. So she's joined me today, and she's going to talk about her experience with myself in the program. So thanks for coming on, Marilyn.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions here. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Marilyn Okita, and I'm the only one in the world with this name. So Okita. And I have been a home-based entrepreneur in the health and wellness field pretty much all of my life. Raised my kids. They never had a mom and dad that went to a job. So I've lived it.
Awesome. And what was the big problem you were dealing with before joining the program?
I have been a person that grew up with a lot of cultures, languages in my home, different foods. So I've always loved international, global cultures. And being in a home-based business and now having been an empty nester for 14 years, I love my private life. I love working from home, doing whatever I want. I don't have to deal with people when I don't want to. But yet I know that I have a lot of things that many people who know me, they're always like, you need to write a book, you need to do this, you need to do videos, you need to get a YouTube channel. And I always just say, yeah. And I've done some of those things, but not with myself stepping out in the public modern eye, like doing videos or writing books or anything like that. I've been on stage, I've done trainings, I'm a teacher trainer type in the business realm, helping people grow, but I just never really manifested and stepped out with all of this other stuff.
Big dreams, I know that. Big visions Marilyn has, and really taking that step was the big thing, going from private to globally in her business. So let me ask you this, Marilyn. So why did you choose to work with me specifically over all those other programs that I'm sure you came in contact with over the years?
Yes, so I have been a person that has always invested in my health, my mind, my emotions. I've done all kinds of trainings and certifications myself for my own growth. I've done all kinds of coaching programs, not that I paid for, but like group things that I've paid for, I should say. I did pay for them, but I've met dozens, I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of coaches. They've been my friends. I've had free 20-minute coaching sessions, complimentary, from so many people, a lot of women and men, until I met Dana. And when I met Dana, it was on a networking online group that I chose to jump into back in May of 2020, and he happened to be in the breakout room. And when I mentioned what I did, which is involved with water, I think he said, I need to find out about your water. So we connected on the chat and we booked a one-on-one chat. And I don't know how long that one-on-one lasted, but it was at least an hour. And we just clicked and got along. And he wanted information on my water technology. So then he invited me to a free webinar he was doing in a meetup group he happened to find. So I didn't even know what it was. So I said, he invited me and I said, okay. So I joined that meetup group just so I could watch his webinar. And I watched this webinar that maybe it was 15 minutes. And after that whole thing, because I didn't know anybody in there, I told him on a text, probably, maybe in person, I don't remember. I said exactly what you just heard me say about all the things I've done, all the coaches I've met. I said, I have never seen anyone present this information that everybody needs to see. And he thanked me. And then later on, he messaged me a while later and he said, maybe you want to join this free Think and Grow Rich masterclass that I'm going to be doing. And I was like, absolutely. I read Think and Grow Rich in 1984. And so I jumped into this free masterclass, which I had no idea was going to last 15 weeks.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he didn't even know how long he was going to do it. But in the midst of that 15 weeks, I was on trips. I spent a month in Mexico, in Mazatlan and Cabo, and I never missed any of those classes. And I did all my homework. I was a good student. So then finally, I think we were still in the mastermind for the Think and Grow Rich. And then I saw a post probably on LinkedIn, and it was like 5 days and 5 ways of overcoming fear. And I was like, oh, I have to do that one. And I was sitting in my timeshare in Cabo doing all of this and then going to the sun when I could. So I did the 5 days and the 5 ways. I totally remember that one, because on the 4th day, I messaged him and I said, man, I said, this is so great. All of my fears are like right in front of my face. And that's when I asked you, how do you charge your coaching clients? Because he never even tried to sell me on his coaching. And he said, oh, I'll cover that. I'll touch on that tomorrow. And I said, okay. So the last day was a Friday. And he told everybody, I'm going to offer a 30-minute call if you want to talk about where you're at, blah, blah, blah. So I scheduled something. It was the following week. And we get on, and I still remember, because I wanted to know, he offered this other course that he was doing called Thinking into Results, which right away I liked the name. I also, by the way, forgot to tell you that when I saw the Think and Grow Rich masterclass, I told him I've never, in all the people I've ever met, because I'm on Social Security and I have 5 grandkids, I told him I've never met a Proctor Gallagher coach. And I knew Bob Proctor. I have CDs or cassettes from the 80s. So I already knew who he was. So we were on this 30-minute call, and he said what his Thinking into Results program is and all of that. And I told him, when he told me, the cost, I said, okay, there's something about me that I should tell you. My kids are 31, 34, and 40, and they have never in their life heard me say, I can't afford it. I don't have the money, because I didn't want them to have that in their mind. So I never said that. I just create the money if I really wanted it, like private schools for all of them. So I said, I've never said that, but blah, 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 blah. And then he looked at me with his sense of humor and his warm personality. He goes, Marilyn, and I know that if you don't do this, you're probably, all those great ideas in your imagination are probably never going to happen. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Here's my credit card.
So, so
And that's what we did.
so it was, a lot of different content material that really engaged you, and then also our alignment and our connection as people, as humans together. And what do you like most about the program, and what were the results? What were your results from implementing what we teach in the program, like the material that I teach?
So the thinking into results, because I already was aware of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and a lot of other things that all are fundamental to success and the way we think and everything. When I first printed the material, it was like this thick because it's been a long program, but I've read everything, the organization of it, the structure of the way the programs flow in from one to the next, with Bob Proctor talking to you every week. That is repetition. And then there's worksheets and reading, and a special article for each lesson. I just did my lesson for lesson 10 today, this morning. And I can tell you, I'm sitting there doing these lessons going, when is this going to end? Because it keeps on digging deeper into what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I want to create, what's my next action step. So it's very challenging, and it has been what has made me, because I was writing it every day in my goal. And I remember one of those lessons, Dana, you said, okay, write down one action step you're going to do this week. And so I wrote down, build my branded website, because it was in my goal, but I hadn't done it. And I remember the day before our Zoom course together, I was like, I have to build that website. So I actually did. It took me a couple hours on GoDaddy website builder, and I built my domain I've had for decades, MarilynOkita.com. I built it. I put the images in, and later on I got professional headshots done, and I uploaded those. And it's really in its infancy, but it's the culmination of the goal I was writing every day, twice a day, because of this program. Not to mention the fact that what I told Dana about, I can't believe he's only 28 years old, or however old he is, why I didn't sign up for anything with all those other coaches, because of his story, his testimony, his example. He's inspiring every single time because he walks what he teaches. That's why.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the truth to it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so you're basically doing honing in on all these things that you had in your imagination or in your vision that you knew you were going to do, but it really got you out there, taking action, getting the results, the website, getting online, getting in front of more people, having more opportunities come up in your business, and really building that global presence. And it's only going to grow, keep growing every day. Like it's just the beginning from it. So where do you think you would be today if we first off haven't met on that networking, and then it hadn't led to you joining the program?
I think if I never did the Think and Grow Rich for 15 weeks, plus the 5 days and 5 ways of overcoming fear, and then the thinking into results, I'd probably be doing what a lot of human beings do, which is routine, hoping and, thinking of ways to increase your income, instead of actually taking big action steps toward the big goal, which is something I've done on the private side. Everything I'm doing on the private side is what I'm moving into in the public domain, like even getting a headshot. That was like, I mean, the lady that I did it with, she found me on LinkedIn. And then she invited me to a small group. And then I signed up for what I thought was a free headshot, but it wasn't. And then she told me what we did, a one-on-one after the group. And I said, oh, I thought it was a free headshot. She said, oh, that's if you do it at the convention. And I said, oh, that's okay. I'll just do it. And it included a wardrobe stylist and a makeup artist. Okay. So I go to the place in Costa Mesa to do this headshot, and the makeup artist, I sit in this chair and she's younger than me, and she goes, so do you want mascara or false eyelashes? And I said, well, I've never had false eyelashes, so I'm a virgin. You can do the false eyelashes. That was actually the first time I ever had false eyelashes.
So that's just one example of you doing something that you hadn't, well, you wanted to do, but you weren't taking that on. So you really, like, there's probably 95, 97% of people that have ideas and they go through their whole life, they never act on them. And then the richest place with ideas is the graveyard, you know? So that's really what it.
Do you know how many headshot people I've met? I never
Right.
did that either.
Right. So those are just some examples. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I invested in another program. So I got a whole profile makeover with my, happened to be at the same time professional headshots. So yes, all of these things are related to what I've been doing and thinking into results, because
right.
I don't like to say what I'm going to do without knowing I'm going to do it. So the written exercises is like me saying what I'm going to do to myself. So it's personal accountability and responsibility to do what I'm writing and saying.
That's the key, right? So one more question, Marilyn. So there's going to be someone that's watching this either right now or in the future, and they're probably on the fence of booking a call to speak with me about the program. What would you say to them in just your own words?
My own words are that there's a zillion coaches. I network online everywhere I go. I've been the president of a networking group. There's zillions of coaches, but there's only one Dana Silvestri. I think he's the best. I've also somebody that I've been mentoring for, I'm in my 10th year. She's in my business. Love her dearly. She's in the program and I've seen the results with her, and she's way younger than me. She's older than Dana, but younger than me. So I'm already seeing it in two of us. And it's worth every penny. If people want to get out of their shell and out of their comfort zone, you will shed your skin. That's like the transformation of, just like a butterfly.
I love that.
Starts as a caterpillar.
From caterpillar to butterfly. That's the program.
That's it.
All right.
Yes. Thank you, Dana.
All right, Marilyn. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Marilyn, for letting me interview you. So if you're watching this right now and you're interested in working together, or you have questions about the program, then I want you to book a call right now by clicking the link. It's provided if we're online right now. It's right below, and we can chat this week or next week. And on this call, we're really gonna figure out a couple of things. What's your goal? What's holding you back? Getting clear on how you can fix that. So book your call right now before the calendar fills up, and I'll talk to you soon. And thanks again, Marilyn. Always a pleasure with you. Marilyn's amazing, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay.
Did you stop it?